Welcome back, everybody. It seems like we just did B&B last night.
I swear, it feels like we did, dude. It's just kind of weird.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stormy D, and that over there is Druid IRL. And together today, we are Bandwidth and Banter, here to share some of the most amazing streamers on Twitch with you all.
Yep.
Speaking of amazing streamers, last week we got to interview Jim Raynor, 89. Guys, what a treat. He's a Extra Life charity streamer and just a Star Trek master and a StarCraft master, apparently. That was what we got to know about him that I didn't already know, which was cool.
Love it. It was so fun.
It was a great interview.
And what's so funny about that episode, really quick, guys, is that he was making so many short jokes behind the scenes at me before we went live. Yep. So I already had the giggles by the time we went live. That's why the whole thing.
Yep.
So
we banned you.
It was
so last night was amazing, guys. I really appreciate all you guys' input and feedback and I feel like we accomplished a lot, and Druid and I are super stoked about the future plans that we're going to do. The special Legacy of Lore Masters Bandwidth and Banter, and the special Wednesday D&D sessions. We've already talked to some folks and already know at least a few of the first people that we want for those D&D sessions, and some of the first people that we want for the D&D chats too. So
it's gonna be fantastic, guys. We're so excited.
But
you know what's also super exciting?
Speaking of excited, I'll tell you what we're more excited about in this very moment. It's that we have one of our favorite people throughout Stormkeep and the DYS crew, because he's actually a DYS crew folk, but he's also our good close friend and ally at Stormkeep. And
69, let's go.
We got to have him on right now. No more chatting. It's bubbalonewolf31.
Are we ready?
Here he is. Say hi, Bubba.
Hello.
Bubba,
excited.
You're adorable. Please reintroduce yourself and share with the community one thing that you want to highlight about your stream.
I like to say I am a variety streamer. I stream pretty much anything from underneath the sun, Minecraft, FPS games, anything like that. I'm not very picky when it comes to the games. I love any type of gaming with friends, solo. I'm a disabled gamer. I'm very slow with learning, but I try my best, as it can be very difficult being a little slow with learning and picking up really fast-paced games or very in-depth games, but I do manage to get myself around those type of things.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. You're doing great. I mean, you're doing phenomenal. So keep it up, and thank you for coming on the show. It's an honor and a privilege to have you, my friend.
Yes,
it is a pleasure to be a part of this and be a part of y'all's community. You guys are absolutely humble, and I love you guys to death.
Ditto, Bubba. We feel the same way. You're making me choke up now.
My heart just grew 2 sizes. I felt it.
Yep. So we're going to jump straight into the interview here, brother. Of course, we always ask this first question. It's one of our favorites. Bubba, please share a boring fact about yourself.
A boring fact will probably be, if I had to choose one, would be me feeling like how my voice is and how deep it is. And sometimes I feel like it's not as attracting to people, and sometimes it is. So it's kind of like one of the things I feel like it's a little boring to me, or at least the way I look at it.
Okay.
Some people will disagree with it. Yeah, some people will disagree with that.
I will fight them. Send them my way. I'll fight them.
She will.
I will. I'll chop them off at the knees. I don't care.
You mean the ankles?
It's- like I
I'm
said, some
aiming
people
high.
just will disagree. Yeah.
She's gonna do the uppy jumpies. I'm sorry.
I'll do it. I don't care. I'll fight anyone for Bubba.
Ditto.
Bubba, how did you pick your Twitch name and what was the inspiration?
The whole thing behind my whole Twitch name, it came back from way back from when I was like growing up. I started with a different name and it was the Bubbanator, and that was on the Xbox 360. And then I felt like through the years I didn't really fit me, and when the Xbox died, I I got really into Supernatural, and I was really into like the whole ghost and wolves and hell wolves and all that stuff. So I kind of just put together Bubba and Lone Wolf together. So it just kind of formed all together, and I felt like it more fit my style of personality.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Where did the
Yep.
31 come from?
That was my age when I got when I got the Xbox.
Gotcha. Cool.
I just wanted to be Bubba Lone Wolf, but that was already taken, so I was like, well, I'll just put 31 in there. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yep.
I have to admit, I love the Bubbanator. That's
Wolf.
freaking hilarious.
I
Bubba
did
Lone
that
Wolf is
back
perfect.
when I used to play a lot of Call of Duty,
Mhm.
and that just kind of like stuck with me for a while because I thought it was funny.
I gotcha. Yeah. Right on. So, Bubba, our next fun question. We were kind of chit-chatting a little bit on this topic earlier before we started stream today. Bubba, what Dungeons and Dragons character class do you consider yourself to be in real life?
I would have to be like maybe like half wolf human type, like almost like a wolf man. If I had to
Gotcha.
really choose,
So
just
that's your
because
race. What class? Like would you be like a ranger or a fighter or a do you
Blood hunter.
druid, a
I would have to
mage?
go with like maybe a sorcerer because I kind of like magic. I've
Okay.
always liked magic.
Okay.
I love it.
Awesome. Very cool. So you'd be a half wolf, like basically a werewolf sorcerer.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
I
fun.
love it.
Yes.
Chaos
And
magic.
It really suits his avatar too, by the way. Yeah, his avatar looks like a wolf boy sorcerer. It's adorable.
I wore my wolf shirt just for Bubba today.
Just
This
for
is
Bubba
probably
today.
the 4th time I've said it out loud, but
Yep.
It's a
I had
cool
to hunt
shirt.
it
I
down.
like it.
I had to hunt it down, and I'm just like, I will wear a shirt with a wolf on it.
It's a cool shirt.
And it's the last thing I do.
I wish I'd thought of that,
wolves.
but I don't think I have a shirt with a wolf on it. So,
What were you saying, Bubba?
I also saying I love wolves. It's like one of my favorite animals because they're just so interesting and they just stay so just hidden.
Mm-hmm. Well, my favorite animal's a raven. So, and they hang out with wolves. Just saying. Bubba, what's your favorite thing to cook, and what is the best thing you've ever cooked? Mister, I cook all the time.
Oh man, I would have to say probably like homemade pizza. I'm a sucker for pizza.
Mm.
I love pizza.
I fucking love pizza.
When it's homemade, it's just something totally different. It's better for you. It's not as greasy and all that other stuff, and you can choose what you can put on it. That's also another thing that makes it a lot better for you to eat.
Yep.
Yeah, that reminds me. I like to make French bread pizza at home. That's when I make a homemade pizza, and it's so yummy.
What's your favorite pizza toppings?
Yeah.
I'm a very big sucker for just like meat because I'm a big meat person. Um, but I also like salad too, so I'm not just like I don't only eat like meat all the time. But I eat a lot of salad as well. But mostly like pepperoni, sausage, bacon, all little stuff like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like an all meat pizza, pretty much.
Well, so maybe if you don't mind, I'm going to slightly alter the question we asked. You shared with us what your favorite thing to cook is. What do you think is like one of the things that you cook that's an unusual thing? What's the most unusual thing that you cook sometimes?
I would have to probably be a squash casserole, which
Oh,
is
Ooh.
very interesting taste, and I'm very not used to eating that a lot because I'm not a big fan of squash, but I like it like that for some odd reason.
hmm,
It's really good, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
nice.
why I like it like that. But if it's plain, I won't eat it. But if it's squash casserole, I'll eat it. It's really weird.
That's awesome, brother.
I love it. I love it. I love how your little eyebrows are like, I'm contemplating.
Yes, it's so cute.
I'm
So,
just
so Bubba,
contemplating.
switching gears a little bit here. I know that you're a big metalhead. So, can you name us your top 3 metal bands?
Oh man, that's a really hard choice just because there's so many talented bands out there.
Right.
Yes.
Um, just so many good guitarists, singers, so on and so forth. All that stuff it takes a really long time to really get down and do. So it would be kind of hard for me to choose a top five. But if I really had to,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say um, Slipknot would probably be on the top one because
I saw them live.
their drummer is insane. I love their drummer. Um, Bullet for My Valentine's probably another good one. Their guitarist is super good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, I'm trying to remember bands off the top of my head, which is really hard while like looking at them or listening to them.
Yep. I'm the
There's
same way.
there's just so many good bands out there. I used to be really into Atreyu back when they used to do like really like heavy stuff, which they don't do much as, but I still love their music because their guitarist as well is insane. Um, I used to be really into Avenged Sevenfold, which I still kind of love their music as well because their vocalist is also he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, that's just like a
I
few off the top of my head.
Right on. Right on.
I saw Slipknot live,
Nice.
and I was sitting there. Of course, we're rocking out, having a great time. Scully's here now! Yay! We can
Hello.
actually get the
Welcome
interview
in.
started now. It's official. It is officially starting now. We were moving
Oh
slow
my God,
because we
Scully!
hey,
Wow. What? I was not. Oh, Scully with the raid. I didn't even. Scully, thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu. I was not. I didn't even think about that when I earlier. I've been kind of lurking in your channel all day because I always like to watch your channel and or lurk while BT and I are doing the Baldur's Gate 3 thing. But when I stopped by earlier, I just wanted to say hello. So I didn't even think that you might do this. So nice surprise. Um, yeah. So we're on question. Uh, 5 now. We were just discussing with Bubba what his favorite metal bands are. I was going to ask him, do you if you could like name one kind of classic metal band that you like from the old days? Could you think of one that you're a fan of?
Probably Metallica would probably be one of the probably greatest old school bands out there.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. I think.
Bubba, can you talk about your IRL puppers, you precious little doggo. We love your
Yeah.
doggo. Doggo's
Yes.
so cute.
My dog is half Jack Russell and half lab. I don't know how those two would even combine together, but that's what made my dog somehow. He's absolutely spoiled rotten. He's a good dog. He's very smart. He's very sweet. He weighs like a watermelon. He's a very heavy dog.
Dense.
He's a good boy. I give him treats. He does whatever I tell him to do. He sleeps most of the time whenever he's not eating. He'll do tricks, like he'll play tug of war, he'll go play catch, he'll do anything that you want to do.
I love it.
That's
I just love
awesome.
the dog.
Do you have any pictures of him in your Discord?
Yeah, I do. I can show you some pictures. I can send them to you.
Yeah, if you don't
they're
mind,
also
I
in my
think
animal
both
friends.
in Druid and my Discords there are pet sections. We would love to
Yeah, I
see.
think I posted a few pictures in
You have.
Drew's Discord of
Yep.
what he looks like.
Absolutely.
Guys, go
I've
check him
seen-
out.
Yeah, he's a baby. We do
So,
love the dog.
how old is he,
He's still
and
big.
how long have you had him?
He is still baby. He's not that old. I think he's about 2, 3 years old. He ain't that old. He's still a baby.
He's just a baby.
He'll always be your baby.
The funny thing behind how we got him is my dad originally got him for himself, but he was growing up way too big than he originally wanted him to be. Which my stepdad does a lot of construction, so he couldn't really take care of the dog like he would wanted and give it the attention that it deserved. So he gave it to me, so I give him the attention and the love and the walkies and whatever that he needs that he deserves.
That's awesome, brother. That's beautiful.
It just brings me joy.
Mhm.
God, my heart.
On the subject of doges and stuff, kind of segueing into this, Bubba, in regards to your kind of backstory lore of your streamer avatar, please tell us, what does a hellhound / werewolf hybrid do to blow off steam?
I don't think I heard anybody ever ask me that question. That's a good thing. I guess the most thing I probably would do, like if I'm upset or if I need to like calm down, would probably listen to music or playing games mostly, because that makes me the most calmest is just gaming or listening to music, because that's how I used to do when I was younger. When I was upset or stuff like that, I would just listen to music or play games. It would take me away from reality pretty much,
Mm,
and it would help me calm down a little bit.
gotcha. I understand for sure.
Okay. We're into the question. Okay. Bubba, what drew you to Twitch? How did you become a Twitch streamer?
Oh man, that's there's a long story behind that. So I was like I was telling you earlier, I've been doing this for about 5 years. I started on Mixer when Mixer was a thing. Then it died out. Once it died, I came across the road of YouTuber or Twitch. I decided to do both, and that's how I kind of got more closer to Scully, because I met Scully through Mixer and all everybody else, which I'm blessed to even get to know half of the streamers that I know. It's a blessing to have what I have, and I wouldn't take it away from for anything. I don't regret any of the time that I put in to what I do.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Right on. Well said, sir. What did family and friends think when you told them you planned on streaming?
There's a funny thing behind that. They don't really know I stream. As far as I know, they don't know. They couldn't know. I don't know. They probably think I'm just crazy in here yelling at people.
I love that. I love that. What struggles did you deal with when you first started streaming?
The first struggles is, first getting your foot through the door and getting people to notice you. Because
Mm-hmm.
not everybody's going to be drawn in by your content.
Right.
Everybody is drawn to people for different things. Either it being their personality, their voice, their content, stuff like that. It
You're
was very hard when I first started. Um, I remember I was really bad about like saying I'm really late and trying to put in like hours and hours, like over 8 hours on when I used to have Xbox and just streaming it all the time, just to try to get out there and make content, which was bad for me and made me almost burnt me out. And
yeah.
I've done that twice almost, which I was surprised that I'm still around. But it's something that happened.
Yep.
Gotcha. Well, on that note, what tips can you share with future streamers?
Take your time. Growing is a grind, and there's nothing to be ashamed about when it comes to growing slow. It comes in droves, and it also will go backwards in droves. It's never quick. It's always take breaks. Don't work yourself to death. Uh, stretches, your waters, your mental breaks. Anything that you can do that will help you keep streaming the way that you want. Put in the time that you have, and not overworking yourself is probably the big one.
That's good advice for life, not just Twitch, but yeah, for sure.
Yep. I agree. I agree with my soul.
Mm-hmm.
What do you enjoy most about streaming? What is the highlight? What is your favorite?
Getting to entertain not only my friends, but future followers and viewers, and getting to meet new people. Hopefully, getting to like maybe get not only know them better, but getting to game with them. Future collaborations with those streamers is also a nice thing. And if when those things come, they just they make me happy because I don't get them a lot. Um, I always enjoy if this game with Scully,
Mm-hmm.
or with with Stormy, and maybe in the future with Druid.
Mm-hmm.
Those
It's gonna
gaming
happen.
those gaming days are just make my day because I get to not collab with a person that absolutely inspires me and that I love very dearly.
Hey,
It'll happen. We'll
I
make
want
it
you to
happen,
know
Bubba.
it's back at you, dude. You inspire me too. I just want you to know that. Just your warm heart and your demeanor and your calmness inspires me, and
Yeah.
we adore you. Switching gears a little bit here. How long have you been playing video games? And what was the first one you ever played?
Yeah, I think I would probably be the Dreamcast. Would probably be the first system I ever touched. Um, but what really got me into like gaming would probably be the first Grand Theft Auto game back on I think it was like the PlayStation 1, because you would have to like do all the like little cheat codes on a little controller. You have to like write have this little piece of paper with the up down, square down little thing.
A classic.
Right on. Yeah.
And then I also remember having a Nintendo 64 and having to blow in the cartridge just to get the game to work sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Because it'd be so dusted up, and you would have to just blow in the cartridge and just stick it into the system.
Same thing with my Game Boy. My Game Boy Color.
Yeah, some people don't know what that was like unless they actually grew up back in like the 1990s.
Ah, those are the days. Now everything's downloadable. You'll never suffer like we did. Just kidding. Kidding. Um. Oh, what is your favorite thing and your least favorite thing that you have streamed?
Probably I'd say if I had to choose like my favorite games would probably be God, it's a double-edged sword. With this one would probably have to be Rainbow Six Siege, just because I'm just a big sucker for competitive shooters.
Uh-huh.
Um, just because how competitive and fast-paced that game is. Well, it can be fast-paced or it can be slow-paced.
Right.
But the community base for it is awful. It's super toxic. It's not great to stream, but I stream it anyway, even though it could get me banned. But it's one of those things you kind of flip a coin on.
Right.
Yep.
I would have to say least favorite game, and I have nothing against this game. I've played it a few times. It's a good game for its own aspects. It's a game called Phasmophobia. Some people would know that game. Even Scully does. We've
Yep.
played it over the years of it, like changing and changing and changing. I remember playing it one day on my birthday for a stream, and I just wasn't feeling it. The game was super slow. Uh, I was so bored with it. A different game that came out was Demonologist. That game kind of overtook that game, and it has so much more than what Phasmophobia had. Even though Phasmophobia was it's still a good game. I have nothing against it.
Right.
It's still a
Yeah.
super spooky game, but it was just feels so slow and just drawn out versus Demonologist. And it makes me sad because that's back when me and her used to play that a lot. That was one of my favorites. And then there's just like this is kind of boring. I don't like this game no more.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So Bubba, you indicated that you met Scully on Mixer. How long have
Yes.
you known Closet Scully? And tell us, tell the audience, didn't she make your avatar? To kind of tell us how long you've known her and tell us about that.
I met her through a friend. His name is Dodo. He's an older friend of mine and Scully's he's also a streamer that he doesn't stream as much as now, so that's besides point. That's how
Yeah.
I officially met her through Mixer, and our friendship kind of blossomed from there. Uh, from her not only being like a very close friend of mine to almost being like a sister that I'd never had.
Mm-hmm.
Because my my family's not that very my real family's not very close to me, so she's always been that sister that I've always wanted. Um, I almost feel like if I would have blood and we matched it to hers, it would be the same to hers almost because I just feel like we're almost like long lost siblings, kind of. She was nice enough to go out her way to make my beginner um, avatar, which
Right.
she didn't have to do. She did out of her free will. Same thing with this new one. She did that all just out of her will, and she doesn't get enough praise for some of the things that she does behind the scenes when it comes to anything she does. She's a very hard worker. I love her to death, and she's probably one of the best people that's probably been a part of my life for over the years. wish I could tell you exactly how long our friendship has been, but my memory and how bad it is, I don't really know, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's so cute. If you don't get this question, I won't blame you. Is it worth it? Can you even hear me? Standing with your spotlight on me. To feed the hungry.
It's bad that I know that song, but I don't know who it's by.
It's by The Used. So you're also an emo kid.
Yeah.
And so was she growing up. And that's why she wanted to have this question that I was like, I was scratching my head on it, but.
Well, I mean, some people have seen pictures of me when I was super young. I had super long hair, like it came past like almost down to my nose. I dyed my hair all the time, even I painted my fingernails, all that stuff. I still paint my fingernails, you know, that side of me hasn't gone anywhere.
So I learned that from a secret source that you were also an emo kid, and I'm just like, this is how I knew Bubba and I were destined to be best friends too.
Yep.
Because I'm also an emo kid, just deep down inside. I really am. Do you? What were some of your favorite emo kid bands to listen to growing up?
Probably The Used. I was a really big fan of Linkin Park. Um, My Chemical Romance was another one that was really big and still is kind of. Um, God, I'm trying to remember some of the songs I listened to those back in those days. It's kind of really hard because I listened to some stuff. Some of it I just don't really remember because I was just so young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I also listened to The Used, and I also did I was one of the Hawthorne Heights girls, you know? I was an emo kid. I was not a scene girl. And if anybody ever confused it, I was just like, no, you're incorrect. I'm really sad.
I didn't really
Yeah,
have
she looks super sad.
a lot of people question me because I was one of those kids that didn't really have a lot of people talk to him. I was always that kind of kid that kind of just stayed in the back and didn't really talk a lot. I was
Oh
super
no.
shy because of this was how I was.
Gotcha. So
Oh no.
what?
Oh, I love when I was in high school, I'd just be like, you're shy and quiet. You're adopted.
She liked all the shy, quiet boys.
As I've been saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of sad boys.
I'm
Always
still
been.
kind of that way. Like I'm still kind of shy, but it's not as noticeable until you actually start unpeeling the layers and getting to know me better.
Yep.
You're
This is why
amazing,
you're-
buddy. I love this next question. This is fun. Bubba, how many times have you tried to poison Scully, and do you have any remorse?
No, I don't have any remorse. And would I do it again? Probably. Uh,
What games is she referring to that you've poisoned her in?
God, I think that was Green Hell. I probably did that the most in Green Hell because that game is based on nothing but like eating. So I would take anything that wasn't cooked and put it in water, and I would turn the water into like some sort of like poison concoction, and she wouldn't realize it, and she would always eat it, and then she would get sick.
So that's so mean and hilarious. It's so trolly.
And I would always do it when she wasn't paying attention, so she would think it would be something that was cooked, but it wasn't cooked, and she would eat it, and then she would get sick.
She went insane. I think I was there for that stream, actually, or at least one of them. That was so funny.
Your guys' dynamic is so wholesome, and I love it so much.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh. Do you have any other like fun moments that you poisoned Scully or like sabotaged her that you want to share? Just real quick.
I think that's the only time I've ever really been like very like chaotic towards her when it comes to like being like that. Or any other time I tried to like still be a little bit, memey with her, but not try to be too much, of a troll. Because
Mm-hmm.
I do like poking at her a little bit. But I try not to do too much because even though I find it funny, I don't want her getting upset because I care about her.
Yeah. The balance. Trying to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute. Um sorry, I added an additional question.
It's okay.
What is the most boring place that you have traveled to, Bubba?
I haven't really been to very many places. Uh, the only places I've been to is Washington D.C. and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I was
Florida.
like super, super young. I was probably like 13, 14.
Uh-huh.
I vaguely remember it.
Yep.
But I pretty much have been where I've been my whole entire life, and I haven't been anywhere since because traveling is super expensive.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah.
If
All
I
right.
had to
Well,
choose a place I would like to go, I'll probably say Canada.
why?
Just because it seems like a place that I would just like to get to see a little bit more because I know I have a few friends there, you know, and maybe a few other places. And I wanted to go see Scully. No, go see friends because always wanted to meet my friends and get to hang out with them. Just well, other than like speaking over the microphone, just to get to hang out with them.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sure.
and get to show them the gratitude that them changing my life for the better.
Hugging
Indeed.
people.
One day,
day.
one day we will make StormCon a thing.
That's our goal. We want to make StormCon happen.
Yes.
Damn it.
Okay, Bubba. Here's one of our fun, crazy questions. What is the weirdest sleeping dream you have ever had?
I probably have to say back when I used to do ROTC, when I was super young and in high school, I had this really weird dream that I was in like D-Day. It was super weird and just one of those dreams that was just way out there.
Uh-huh.
And I remember waking up the next day thinking I was like, what just happened? Was that real? And I remember like, feeling all over myself, like, I was in complete shock.
Right on. Hmm.
That's probably like one of my weirdest dreams because while getting like super like deep in detail, because it was like just like just how like D-Day was like all that the bodies everywhere, blood everywhere, just bullets flying everywhere.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It was like a super just deep, dark, and just
Wow.
weird dream. I haven't had any other dream that top probably that one.
Yeah, dreams are crazy sometimes.
Yeah, that's probably my weirdest dream out there.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm banning somebody. Um performing mod duties.
Getting rid of them bots.
Yep. Reported and banned. Sorry, I have to make sure that they get reported. It's one of my
BT could have got
favorites.
it. He's here.
Come on.
Hammer!
I know he's here. I'm kidding.
Bubba, if you could be any superhero, which one would you choose and why?
Any superhero.
Yeah.
Like superhero or superhero power. That's two different total things.
Right. That is two different questions. Now, today you get the question of which superhero would you be and why?
Would I just say Deadpool?
Okay.
Just because of his personality, kind of message mine.
Yeah, that's a nice choice. It's a safe choice, but it's a
Yes.
comfy choice. It's good. I like it.
And with the regen and just super,
Plus, he doesn't take life too seriously.
I always loved Deadpool just because of like how laid back he is and his humor. It's kind of like my humor.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of like him. I
gotta have
take
a little,
things seriously, but I don't take things seriously at the same time.
Right.
gotta have that. Gotta have that. Mine and Fate's first date was Deadpool. Going to go see Deadpool in theaters.
Oh wow,
That's kind of funny.
interesting.
Yep. Yep.
And now you never watch movies.
Yep. It was definitely we're going on a date. I'm excited to eat food.
All right, so this is the last question of our regular interview before we open up the floor to floor questions and stuff, Bubba. This question is speaks directly to your Hellwolf persona. The question is this, and to be clear about this, when I say this, the one you choose means the other one no longer exists in reality. So it's one or the other. All right. Beef flesh or chicken flesh?
It's a hard choice. Because they're both good. Thinking like food wise, they're both good food.
Uh-huh.
If I had to choose, I'd probably say chicken because it's better for you. Because meat has more grease in it.
True. Okay.
So I would have to go with chicken.
Right on. And what a wise choice that you made there, brother. I love that. All right, folks. So Druid is going to share his links below. Everyone, we got to go support our good friend bubbalonewolf31 and his channel and his content. Everyone drop him a like and go shower him with biddies and subs when you get a chance. We love him and want to see him thrive with our communities, with DYS and with Stormkeep.
Flood him with love and follows because he's chosen not to do the affiliate program, even though he is qualified. He's chosen.
Oh yeah,
not
I
to
forgot
do
about that.
Remember?
I guess you can't do subs, so it's only follows.
Yeah, just because how Twitch is with ads, I feel like as a content creator that pushes viewers away more than attracts them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
I respect you and however you want to present your content, brother.
Absolutely, I love it. So just go follow him and hang out, and just spam emotes, all of the cool emotes, and just hang out.
All right.
That's it. Hang out and enjoy.
So now we're going to move on to user questions, and it looks like it jumps straight to Yolzer has one. Druid, since it's your turn, you want to take that one?
Question: Rainbow Six Siege related. Who are your favorite operators to use?
That's a tough one because Siege has so many different operators now because it's such an older game. But if I had to choose just like maybe 4, would probably go with Sledge. Sledge is more of like a heavier character. He can breach in with like a sledgehammer through like soft walls. He's one of my favorites to use. Pulse would probably be another good one. He's a defense character. He has like a little camera that can see like hearts. It's like kind of like a heart scan. He's another good one. Dokkaebi probably would be another one. She like has like a little phone that she can like call people on. Like make like this beeping sound whenever you're near like people.
Uh-huh.
And then probably the last one I would probably choose. Those that like mixture of people will probably be Doc. Doc is one of my favorites just because of he can not only heal himself by this little injector, but he can heal his teammates as well when they get injured, or he can give them more health to help the game, stand out farther and not, fall to the side of the enemy player.
Gotcha.
I actually have a question.
Oh, okay. Well, but I'm next. Can I ask my question? Can you hold that, or will you forget it?
No, you can ask.
All right, Bubba. This is one I made up for my. This is one I made up for myself to ask you. In your lore, you indicate that you are half werewolf and half hellhound. Does that mean you are a human that transforms into a hellhound werewolf form, or that you are a hellhound that turns into a human?
It's like basically your first thing. It's like a hell. It's like, oh man, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like behind the whole like supernatural thing, because that's where this all came together for me when it comes to this VTuber. Because you got werewolf, and then you have hellhound. Hellhound can turn invisible. It's really mean. They're really scary. And then you have werewolf, super scary, big, hairy, mean, muscular, and just put them together, you have a hell wolf, which you wouldn't even know what that looks like because it doesn't really exist. But if you actually think about it, what would that actually look like? I picture a big, muscular, black hair, red eyes, shadowy, just intimidating hell wolf.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love it.
Right on.
Are you also going to be jumping on the Destiny 2 bandwagon with all of the guys that are relapsing? Have you ever played Destiny?
I jump in and out of it occasionally. I haven't played it in a while, but I would be interested if anybody like extended the olive branch. I would possibly partake.
Cool, because we got to make sure that you're ready.
Right.
Because literally half of Stormkeep is just like re-addicted.
Yeah. That's thanks to Fate and BT reigniting everyone's.
So, I was just curious.
Hi, super fast jellyfish. So next question, I have here. Oh yeah. This is another sort of lore-related question for you. Apparently, your character, your lore, you eat souls in hell. What? Their inquiring minds want to know in the community. What do these souls taste like?
You ever see the commercial for dogs? It's bacon.
Yeah.
They taste like bacon.
That's so funny. It's bacon. The Doges are always so excited and happy, and they don't know it's not bacon.
Tastes like chicken. No, Phaser. It tastes like bacon, apparently, not chicken.
Tastes like chicken bacon.
Chicken bacon ranch salad. Star Kitty asks, if you could magically become fluent in any language, what would it be? And why?
I would probably have to say Spanish because my Spanish isn't very good, and I've become aware that there are more people that are moving like where I am at that speak Spanish. So I can't really communicate with them because they don't really speak good English. So if I had to choose, I would probably choose that.
A good choice. That's a good choice. So Star Kitty has another interesting question. Are you sunrise, daylight, twilight, or night? Please share why you picked your time of day.
I'm a big night owl. I have a really big issue with going to sleep at a proper time. So I'll probably say like maybe like a night person.
Night. Gotcha.
Just because my
I like this
sleeping.
question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just a big old night owl.
I definitely suits you. I've seen how much you are on late at night. So if I like this question enough that I think Drew and I should answer too, but I think she already did. It looked like she thinks she's a night owl, right?
I am like a my brain functions best in the morning. That's why I stream in the morning. Like I'm a little bit sharper at the time that I stream, even though I'm like still just waking up. But I do love like that early evening into nighttime.
Well, that's Twilight then.
So
which one is it? You got to pick.
But I don't want to pick one.
Okay, fair enough.
So I love the time between like I want to say like 9 to 1 a.m. That's like one of my favorite times to just chill, hang out.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.?
9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Interesting.
It's really good, one of my favorites. Closet Scully asks.
I wanted to share what I thought I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to lose it. So
it's all right.
Okay, go ahead.
I definitely consider myself to be a Twilight kind of guy. I love that blue haze of Twilight and how everything is cooling off. And I don't know, it just reminds me of kind of that calm, somber, spooky atmosphere. I love Twilight. So anyway, back to you. You're asking a question.
Yeah, Closet Scully asks, Bubba, are you sure about that?
Yeah. Sure about what?
So Closet Scully asks, are you sure about that? You sure about that?
Yes. I don't know what I'm sure about, but yes, I'm sure about that.
Yes. Well, back to it then. Never Tilted asks, why is Bubba such a beautiful son of a bitch?
My answer would always be like, I'm not beautiful unless it's the weekend, and then when I realize it's actually Friday, I'm like, oh crap, I guess I'm beautiful.
That's hilarious. What a great answer.
So true. Such a great answer. Oh, my heart.
By the way, while we're coming up with these questions and reading the questions, if you think of any questions that you want to ask us, feel free to jump in anytime, Bubba.
Oh, all right.
If you don't, that's cool too.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's just there. I just want you to know.
That's cool to know. I didn't know.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. We always spring it on people. They're like, "Oh, I never thought about it." And we're like, "It's
fine." I didn't really think about that.
No worries.
You're okay. Closet Scully asks, "Do you howl at the moon?"
Actually, funny fact, I kind of do, but I only howl at it if it's full. I won't howl at it any other time because I only feel that's appropriate.
Yeah.
I first started that back when one of my dogs died. I would always howl at the moon just for that dog because she used to do that all the time. So that's something I just do just to carry on out that dog's memory.
So sad. Way to break our hearts and melt our hearts.
something that I do just to remember that dog.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I think that's beautiful.
Was very close to me.
Scully also asks, what kind of cheese does the moon taste like?
If I had to picture it, it'd probably be like a stinky cheese. So not very good.
Yeah. I'm just going to go back to the moon thing really quick. We just kind of glossed over how much that shattered my soul. First off. Second, growing up, my little brother also has this like obsession with werewolves and stuff. And we would howl at the moon together growing up. So just want to say. We howl at the moon too.
That's really neat. I have to share myself that I grew up I've made it no stranger that I really like spooky stuff, Halloween and stuff like that. But I also really liked werewolves. In fact, some of my favorite old horror movies are werewolf movies. And I was going somewhere with this and I forgot what I was saying. But basically, oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. I remember you showing that off before. I think it's neat that the three of us have that in common, Bubba and her brother and I.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So my brother loves painting all of the old creepy monster stuff. So he's a big fan of the old school Wolfman. So
thank you for the follow.
I had to share. I had to share.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say, and that's that. You know how Druid, you and I are getting ready to do in a couple of weeks. We're going to do the D&D thing with Jotun Red Wolf on his channel.
Yeah.
When I ended up going a different direction with the character. Obviously, you guys know I'm going to be making a Shatterkai. Am I saying that right? A Shatterkai wizard necromancer. But originally, when I was talking to Jotun, he had one of the images that he shared with us that we could use for our characters was a werewolf-looking thing, and I was like, man, I want to make a werewolf, and so almost made a werewolf for that campaign. But anywho, I just thought
love that.
That's funny.
Jolter asks, did you ever play any Call of Duty, and if so, which is your favorite one?
Yeah, I've played Call of Duty. I haven't played it in quite some time because it's still the same. They haven't had a really good Call of Duty in quite some time, but if I had to choose one of the Call of Duties I probably liked the most would probably be a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which was like a double jumping, running on walls type of Call of Duty, which I absolutely loved that game just because of how fast it was.
Right.
But I'm also the old school Call of Duty guy that also likes the boots to the ground gameplay as well. But today's COD has drawn that out so much to where it's not really that entertaining to me as much as it used to be when it comes to playing boots on the ground.
I gotcha. That makes sense. I think you got the next one, Drew.
I do. I love this. I love this one. So Starkity asks, if you could eliminate one food so no one could eat it ever again, what would you destroy? I have an answer.
Me too.
Good question. I don't know. Because there's not a lot of food out there I don't really like. Probably like avocados. I don't really like avocados.
Wow, that's a hot take. Wow, interesting. You would infuriate a lot of people with that one, but I respect it.
Honestly, I'd support Bubba.
I mean, I'd support Bubba because I love supporting Bubba, but I would be pretty pissed off. I really love avocados, so.
I love avocados too, but they're just like. I also have some hot takes on avocados, but
interesting.
I'm not gonna go there right now.
So what's
I'm not gonna go there right now.
What's the food you would eliminate?
Pickles. I don't care. You guys can fight me.
For me, it would be.
I hate them.
For me, it would be pickled beets, or pretty much any form of beets. I can't stand beets.
Yeah, there's that, and then probably asparagus. I'm not a big fan of asparagus either.
Ooh, I like asparagus.
Yeah, I do too.
That's okay though. I never choose to buy asparagus, so I probably won't even notice that it's gone. So.
Super fast jellyfish asks. Well, it's basically like our other questions. So I'm just going to ask it. We're going to name two of these. You got to pick one. The other one no longer exists in reality. Cake or steak?
So cake or steak?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a sucker for sweets, but I also like steak. So you put me in a corner.
Yep.
I mean, I would have to go with cake. I'm too much of a sucker for sweets.
Gotcha. Interesting.
I would pick steak.
Yeah.
I'd pick steak because I have a grudge against cake because I used to be a cake decorator. So that's just my own personal vendetta.
That fits you, yeah. I'd pick steak just because steak is at least has some healthy things about it, whereas there's almost nothing healthy about cake.
But I also like, I do like steak, but I like sweets a lot. I have a really big sweet tooth.
Oh, I understand, brother.
Me too.
Yep.
I love cookies and ice cream so much. Star Kitty asks, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
My brain's trying to process what that would look like.
That question's too fucking awesome. I love it.
We'll go with the John Duck just because I want to write it.
You would go with which one? The one horse-sized duck?
Yeah, just because I want to see what it would be like, riding it.
Yep.
Or like, what it would be like fighting it. I think it would be kind of funny.
How about you, Drew? Which one of those would you pick?
Honestly, I would surrender myself to the horse-sized duck. I would only for the sheer fact that I just want an army of geese, and if I could find a way to fight it without killing it, and then rehabilitating it, and then making it my friend, and then it would be the general of the army.
You're breaking all the rules of the question, ding dong.
Well, I would fight it. It would be hurt, and then I would rehabilitate it and be like, I'm so sorry, we're friends now. And then I would promote it to general of my duck army. That's not breaking the rules. I'm just adding extra lore.
Okay, whatever lets you sleep at night. I'm just kidding. I would, within the constraints of the intended rules of the question, I would pick 100 duck-sized horses because if you think about a horse-sized duck, the way if you think about a duck, how hard their beaks can bite down on stuff, the amount of force they have. If you then extrapolated that, made that bigger, that thing would bite your head clean off.
It would swallow you whole.
Or swallow you whole, yeah. Whereas 100 duck-sized horses, you could just kick to death and get away. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, that's my answer. Phaser asks a really interesting question to all three of us. Would you play a Souls game, but on every death, it insta-boots up Overwatch 2, and you got to play one ranked match with voice chat on? That's a strange question. Bubba first.
Okay, because I have an answer.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not a very big fan of Overwatch. Like, I like the original one more than the second one, but I would do it 100%.
Druid?
I would do it only to be a troll because I've never played Overwatch. I've never cared.
Me either.
So it would just be one of those things where if voice chat's on, I would just like pick a character and stick to that character and then just be like, just a little trolly about it. And people would hate me, but I'd just be like, this is the part of the rules that I'm playing right now for something, and I don't know how to play this game, how to aim gun. It would just be ridiculous. I would have so much fun with that. Everybody else wouldn't.
Or they would be laughing their ass off and wouldn't be able to play because you tickled them so much. Yeah. I'm with you on that. I think I would be the same way. I would try it just for stream, for fun. I wouldn't, I wouldn't do it like on my own, but that would be a fun thing to do on stream for the lulz. Scully says, I howl at the dogs in the neighborhood so I can annoy my neighbors. That's beautiful. Sorry, off on a tangent there.
Scully asks, Bubba, is it really free real estate?
There's context behind that.
What's the story?
There's a lot behind that. That first started from when me and her first started playing Phasmophobia. When we were really into it. So I would have this really bad habit, or we would call it a bad habit, but every time we would get hunted, I would find a corner and just kind of troll the ghost, and I would whisper like really dumb stuff in the microphone. And one day I was like, I wonder what happens if I just whisper like free real estate and see if I get killed. I think I actually have a clip where I did it and I almost did get killed, but I didn't. So I was just like, it's free real estate. And then it like almost killed me, but it didn't. So there's like context behind that, and that's where it kind of came from.
That's a great story. Thanks for sharing that. That's funny.
Oh, I made Phaser mad about pickles, which is okay. Well, we can fight, Phaser. That's fine. I know I'll lose, and that's okay. But I'll still put up a valiant attempt. Do you say 1v1 in Minecraft? I mean, I'll definitely lose, but I'll definitely try. Oh, do you want to ask Phasers?
Which one? Oh, is it the one at 308? What Phaser asks, what game have you played that you like and has that part, the part that makes you second guess replaying it?
I'll probably say Green Hell just because how hard that game is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I first got that game before me and Scully started playing it, before I told her it was a thing, that game is so in depth and hard because you have to worry about leeches, you have to worry about certain like ivy, all that stuff like you do in like real life survival was in that game, and that game is just so hard. I wouldn't probably like go back and play that game because you have to worry about so many things. It's a tough game, but it's fun. It's fun to play if you have with somebody, because I enjoyed it the most part when I played it with Scully.
Right on. Very cool.
I'm trying to remember. There was a game I played where there was a point where I was like, oh, this is not for the faint of heart. It was not Senua's Saga, which is also not for the faint of heart. But there was a game recently where I'm just like, ugh. Hold on, I have to think about that. I think it might have been Bramble, actually.
I was going to say, I think it's
like,
Bramble. It's probably that one part that you get chopped by that meat cleaver butcher guy, no?
No, there was a point later where there was just like, oh yeah, it was definitely, I think it was Bramble, and it had to do with like babies, and I'm just like, oh, this is not for certain types of people.
Oh,
this
right,
is gonna
yeah,
be
that's true.
Traumatizing for some people, man. Not for the faint of heart. Ugh.
Well, that's a fun question from Pelicanon. You want?
I know. I'm excited. Stork Pistol asks, "What's y'all's favorite sandwich?"
Bubba?
Man, I do love sandwiches, but it's because it's such an easy thing to make. And you can put pretty much anything on it. It's a sandwich. I'll probably go with it's probably like a classic. It would be your mayonnaise, your mustard, your ham, your lettuce, tomato, with this classic cheese, classic old sandwich.
Okay, fair enough. That's awesome. How about you, Druid?
I'm either a simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich with an excessive amount of peanut butter, because I love peanut butter, and strawberry jelly. Just saying. I don't like grape. It has to be strawberry. Or it's an overly intricate, like, you know, like peppered turkey with smoked Gouda with like, a garlic aioli and sriracha with like fancy greens and a bunch of onions, because gotta have that bunch of onions.
You like that bougie food, don't you?
Either it has to be overly complicated or a simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's no in between for me.
Fair enough.
That's very much my personality. It's just like super chill, super sleepy, just vibing, or over the top.
Makes sense. Definitely suits.
You can send me the link, Phaser, and I can post it.
For me, I guess the original. So for me, it's a variant of a sub sandwich with a really soft, French bread style roll with lettuce, creamy Italian, like smoked turkey, tomato, like that kind of sandwich. There was a restaurant that I ate at decades ago that no longer exists, but it made the best sandwich I've ever put in my mouth. And then the closest to that I've come, though, was a sandwich shop in Alamogordo, which is a town that Star Kitty and I are kind of originally from, where we met anyway. And they specialized in sub sandwiches. But, it was a locally owned place that got locally owned bread and ingredients. And so it was all fresh ingredients. They used boar's head meat, which was amazing. And so now I'm hungry. Let's see. Banana Tom asks, I think the most important question of all, can I adopt you, Bubba? And also, are there any games upcoming that you're looking forward to?
The first answer to that question, I think Banana Tom would have to fight Druid and Scully.
True.
Yes. I love Banana Tom to death. I think he's a really cool dude to hang out with. And gaming with him and you and soon Druid. Getting to know you guys has been an absolutely pleasure. It's been probably the best part of my life. Getting open towards people that are not only positive, but that support and that are so loving and caring. It's something different. And I love seeing it.
We feel the same way about you, brother.
I'm happy with just, Scully having full custody, and then I'll ask her, can I borrow Bubba?
For the weekend or something, yeah.
Can I borrow Bubba? I'm okay with that. I will fight BT, and I'm just happy to fight BT.
Yeah,
but I will definitely happily, like, hey, Scully, can I borrow Bubba from this time to this time? I'll do it. I'll make it ridiculous, just for fun.
But if I had to choose a game that I'm sort of kind of excited that's coming out soon, I'm a big sucker, like I said before, like into like shooters. I'm really into like extraction shooters. I forgot what the game was called, but it's not out yet. But it's like a future with like robots and just like all sorts of stuff like that. And it's an extraction shooter. I forgot what it was called. I would have to look through my wish list, but it's like a really weird feature looter shooter extraction game.
Nice. Great answer.
Well, Game for Food asks, what is your favorite bread? Apparently there's only one right answer. I do disagree, but
yeah, it's a good question.
Bread?
Yeah. Your favorite bread?
Well, I have to say probably monkey bread. It's pretty good.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
Do you know what monkey bread is? Does everybody know what monkey bread?
You gonna share?
Oh, it's like a pull apart cinnamon sugar delicious like with like
decadent, destroy your health kind of kind of.
Yeah, it's not good for your health, but it's so good.
It is
Gotcha.
so good.
That's a good answer.
I had to choose. That'd probably be it.
That's
It's
a good
so
answer.
good.
Man, how about you, Druid?
I don't know. I don't know if I could actually I didn't even think about adding that on the list of things of bread. But I think I'm just gonna have to side. I love the cinnamon sugar so much. And then you try to pull it out and then you like slice it up and then you make French toast out of it. Ugh. French toast. That's gonna be my favorite bread. Is French toast.
Okay, fair
Anything
enough.
French toast.
I like French toast. Super good.
For me, it would be a hard choice between if it's like it'd be a hard choice between like garlic bread, like a really good French bread that's been made into garlic bread, or and it's just cooked just right. Or I'm also a big fan of croissants. So
Croissant.
yes.
Yes. Those are both good solid choices just because I like the first one just because I can have that with spaghetti because I like spaghetti a lot.
Right.
And then the other one you can just like put butter on and just eat it by itself and it's super good.
Ooh.
Good.
Next one's yours, right, Druid?
No.
Oh, it was mine?
Yours.
Okay.
Yep.
Pelicanon asks, what is your favorite nostalgia game to play?
Oh man, probably would have to say maybe like Crash Bandicoot. Because that game was super hard. And I remember that a lot growing up and also going to the arcades, also playing like the very first Mortal Kombat was also a good one growing up. Yeah, I always liked going to the arcades, slipping in a dime, a quarter, and the first thing you hear is fight. Fight. And just standing there for hours and just playing that, or just playing like Pac-Man or something like that in the arcades. Unfortunately, arcades are starting to kind of die out a little bit, which is sad to see.
Yeah. Maybe we can make a resurgence of it.
Arcades have been slowly dying for a long time. they're dying the slowest, most grueling death. They started dying off in the 90s, and they're still like just limping along. Like there's so few of them anymore.
There was so many games I remember playing like back in those times of the arcade was like Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man,
Street Fighter.
That digging game where you had to like dig down and then fight the enemies while digging down. That game was super hard as well.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a ton of them.
I remember I was once addicted to this game. I forget the name of it. It was like the precursor to Street Fighter. It had you basically used 2 control sticks for everything, and it was a Karate Champ. That's the name of it, Karate Champ. And me and my friends would go to Wet and Wild, which is like one of those water parks, right? We'd spend most of our time. We'd spend money to go in there. We'd spend most of our time playing that fucking video game instead of playing in the pool and stuff.
Definitely, when you said the words wet and wild, that is not what my brain pictured.
Wow, someone's got a dirty mind.
I didn't even try. My brain's just like, and I'm just like, I'm assaulted by my own brain. Anyways.
That was the game. It was called Dig Dug. That game was super hard, but I enjoyed playing it.
Phaser asks, which game studio would you throw a game IP and give them a huge stack of cash to make that said game? So, if you could make a game and then tell what studio to make that game, what game would it be and what studio would you have make it?
I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls series. So it'd probably be the people that make Dark Souls, which I'm not exactly sure what gaming company that is.
From Software?
I'll probably throw like a bunch of money at them, like, here, make me this really like in-depth Dark Souls games that I can like just waste more of my time in.
Time and heart and energy and Yep.
Because I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a great game. It's super good. I put a lot of time in that. I just wish I had more time put in for the co-op side of it, because the co-op side for Elden Ring is makes the game so much fun and totally different of a game versus like just playing it by yourself.
Yep.
How about you, Druid? Same Phaser, same question.
Oh. I just want the studio that's making Senua Saga just to keep making more.
Okay.
We need we were talking yesterday in my chat about how we need more Norse horror games like this, which I completely agree. I love these games that are just like faster, just horrifyingly just beautiful games, and I just want more of those, you know?
Right on.
So
great answer.
That's what I would do. I would just be like, here you go, guys, make more of these. Here's money. Give me more.
For me, I would pick a first person perspective, still turn based combat, but a first person perspective Dungeons and Dragons RPG, where you basically play in the first person of one of the characters in the party. And you don't necessarily get to control the other characters in the party. You just control what you do on your turn, and with incredible graphics. And I would, as far as which studio, whichever one Phaser starts, that would be my choice. Whichever one.
Oh, so we're just.
Yeah, whichever one you start, Phaser, that would be the one I would want to make it and throw all the cash at.
I love that. I just keep seeing pelicans. I hear France screaming in Baguette. I have to pee so bad. I will be right back. If there's any more questions, guys can ask now, but I cannot hold it. I've been trying to for the last 20 minutes, and I cannot.
Right, go pee. She'll be right back. We'll be wrapping up here in just a few minutes after she gets back. So, Bubba, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a treat. And let me think of one last question to ask you. Are you looking forward to some of the things that you and I talked about offline in the future?
Yes. I absolutely love being a part of your community. Like I said earlier, you guys are just so humble and just supportive. And I wish there was more people like y'all out there just to help streamers and creators like me, Scully, anybody else out there that's smaller, that's how Twitch is, and being a content creator, it's really hard to really get your foot out there and noticed by more people.
Right on.
And I'm super excited for anything that y'all want to have me be a part of. If it's gaming, if it's D&D, if it's anything like that.
Fantastic, brother. We love you and appreciate you. With that, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you for coming on the show, Bubba, and we'll be seeing out in the streams.
Go follow Bubba now. Do it now. Support.
I'm so happy we finally got to have Bubba on, and it worked out the way it did, and it worked out just right. Don't you think, Druid?
Yeah, it deserves to be.
Yes, such a treat. Everyone go support Bubba, and thank you all for supporting us. He is an amazing and beautiful soul, and we're truly treasured and honored to have him in our friend group.
Yeah.
Next week, we have on another fellow D&Der who streams D&D and other games. She's a variety streamer and primarily D&Der. We have Druid.
Lady McDullough.
I know. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Just a fantastic, wonderful, warm person and hilarious. Yes. So it's going to be a treat to have her on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And don't forget that later on this afternoon, right? You still have plans to stream Elden Ring today, Druid?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't look so trepidatious. You'll have fun.
It's going to be great.
All right. And then, of course, I'm sure some other folks in the community out there are going to be doing some streaming tonight as well. Go check out any of the folks in Stormkeep or DYS crew or whomever. And then tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe we're on episode 17 or 18?
17.
17?
I think it's 17.
Yeah.
I think
episode
it's 17
of Dragon Metal Saga.
Played up later.
Yes.
Yep. Played up later.
Okay.
Correct.
Played up later. Right on. Cool. Well, you guys are amazing. I love you all so much. And we'll be seeing you soon. Time for us to do our wrap up. Ready?
Ready.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Please drop a like. Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. I got tongue-tied.
It's okay. I understand. If you're listening to the podcast,
please rate and review the episode.
We are Bandwidth
and Banter.
Thank you.
And good night. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.